A big welcome to you, Aquarius. Now the sun is in Gemini, also an air sign. And of course, Gemini is the lovers, right? And the lovers is, as the story goes, Andromeda that is chained to a rock, to the feminine, to that sexual energy, to and is offered to the Kundalini, to the sea serpent. Perseus comes and frees her with a sword. And of course, each of these stories then are again told in a different way. Here, Edgar Wade, who was in this secret brotherhood, is telling a story of the conscious is looking at the subconscious, and the subconscious is looking at the higher conscious. The two are chained in a way, right? Chained to the tree of fertility, here to a sexuality, to a desire to bring the man in. She's the one that decides if she lets him in or not, right? And then here the angel above them is that next generation. Then here Edgar Wade, who was as well in this brotherhood. These two men, and I show you this because this is an important understanding of evolution. The cards itself, 1888, 1910, 1969, the marriage between the sun and the moon, the holy marriage that is happening here. And it's of course the Virgo that is marrying them, right? Then here it's ecstasy. He holds the two masculine energies, air and fire, and she holds the two feminine energies, water and earth. And they create a cycle, they create a union in the opposite. They kneel in front of each other. It's so beautiful, right? And then, of course, Hermann Handel also shows here, then the cup appears, then the true love with the higher consciousness, the rose. And here we can see literally the sea serpent coming out of her hair. And of course, here's the devil, right? Or something like that. And Hermann Handel is important because he has a reconciliation through the Hebrew and the rune alphabet up here in the corners, right? Then my yoga card is the King Pigeon pose, extreme opening, first of all in the hip, north, south, east, west, right? All four directions of the hip because it's a rotational joint, and so it goes in all directions, right? You need to open a full 360 degree. Then the arms reaching back to the subconscious, to the feet, right? That's what Edgar Wade is saying here. The conscious is looking into the subconscious, and the subconscious is the one that can look up to the conscious, right? To the higher conscious. So when I reach back to my feet, I open myself so much that then through the hexagram I am ready to see the higher consciousness that's constantly coming down, making you grow. And here, of course, spirit and matter. And then we have, of course, Taurus and Cancer. There is a cycle this way, but also the other way, and a cycle this way, right? What's above is below, what's below is above. Just that you know, right? So this is highlighting the moon, which is in your sign, right? So you feel that this energy is now present because this is a unique combination. This happens only once a year. And all the other planets around, they're as well doing something, but I'm not even going in there, right? So you, the star card, you are bringing the wisdom we have here, the tree of life, all the Sephiroth, the 10 Sephiroths, right? Then we have all the planets. Then we have planets here, the stars around. I mean, this is a very powerful card. Is hope, is that we never give up. Hope comes even down, right? There's this 6 and the 7th in the center, or it's the 8th, right? Because it has 8 points, but 1 is coming down. 1 is what you are. You're this androgynous, right? You're not even sexually in male or female. You're just neutral, right? And you open yourself up to the exchange through water. Water is what gives us life, right? That's where life comes from. So is life coming down from the stars to our planet, right? So here, Aleister Crowley, he shows her in the planet of Uranus, right? Giving herself the light so she can give the light down to the earth. Here the star in the corner, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointed star. And in here, he has an 8 pointed star, right? And her hair, of course, her hair, right? It's always the hair that goes and becomes the water. Here you are, the grandfather. This wisdom has come down and has nourished the people, right? The hope is shining through you, the wisdom of the old people that I can drink. And here again, Hermann Handel with the rune reconciliation, but also the stars here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th star. But he has in itself, in the 8th star, he has a pentagram. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This is the human, the last human stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again another 5, so there is this 10 of the 10 Sephiroth. And her hair becomes the water and is flowing down the river. Right, so this is you. And then of course, the yoga pose that I gave you is the side plank, grabbing the toe, and you are falling down, right? You up here in the sky, transformation through the hexagram in the center. Again, here's the crossing, which I am thinking of putting in here now. I'm changing the card a little bit. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it. And of course I want here the water and the air and the earth that is coming down, but I also want then space and matter, and then again here the other 2 signs reaching over to the next card, right? So when if they come next to each other, they would have this band that connects them as a big cycle, right, of understanding that these cards are a creational cycle as well. Now, if you're born, of course, your court card, born on January 9th to February 7th, you are the classical King of Swords. And the King of Swords, very analytical, very majestic. Here he has the sword. He's air and air, right? He's pure intellect. He's the one that knows, he has the knowledge. Aleister Crowley, I'm not so into his card, but nevertheless, of course, his messages through the card are very powerful, that you are the one that sometimes finds the inspiration, right? Here you are, the storyteller, right? You are the completion of the arrow. They don't have swords, the Indians, right? They have arrows, but as well, it's this, it can penetrate, it can also kill, right? And then here, of course, you are the god of the underworld. You are Re, right? And here you have the sun and the snake again around you. And your mother is the Nuit, which is Libra, right? And Nuit is the night sky. So that's your mother. Then, in a day like this, where we have, of course, Gemini, which is an air sign, and Aquarius, which is an air sign, we have blue sky. Right now there's not one cloud in the sky, and so we like to eat fat, because the fat gives us, sorry, I'm cutting, they're cutting right now the grass because it grew a lot. So here I will give you an oracle card. She already came out. Then, of course, your body parts are the calves and the veins, and you're connected to the endocrine system, right? So it's very important also that you understand the chakras and the color theory, right? From the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, and then the white. For you, everything is purpose, right? That's your main word, purpose. you're a rebel, but you're friendly. You're a friendly rebel, right? Then you're original, you have a humor, you are innovative, a revolutionist, etc., etc. Yeah? Your planet is Uranus, of course, and that's the one that creates the revolution. Okay, so this card also came up in the German reading, which I find interesting, right? So it happens rarely, right, that I have two oracle cards in the same day, in the same next reading. So, because I do German and English readings, look at her card. And what I get, of course, when I look at it, is that she is completely absorbed into that red rose. You can see that. She's looking into it, or she's almost like becoming one with it. Both hands hold the stem of the rose, and the card is saying, become aware, right? Become aware. There's healing, there's a strengthening, and there's inner beauty, right? The elixir, or the elixir of life, right? Seeing it, becoming aware of it, noticing it, being completely one with it, right? And of course the color red is the first chakra, is also like this flower is saying, opening up in your sexuality, right? Opening up in your desire to unite. You're opening up completely. What do you think this is doing here, right? You need to open so much in all four directions that if not, right, if you cannot reach to the feet, the position is not really showing you the true essence or its true meaning behind it, right? You can of course take a strap and put it around the ankle, and as such walk yourself back to the foot, right? Step by step, of course. So I hope you're not bothered by the noise of this cutting the grass outside. We also have to do that, right? In life. Okay, let's begin. Cancer, which comes in the next month, right? The Chariot. And the Chariot here is a snake with her own house, and of course with the house in her head. So this awareness, or this strength, this inner strength through becoming aware of the beauty around us, right? So because I constantly put flowers here, I am somehow sometimes feeling like they're talking to me, right? These flowers, and they do. When I really with them, they know for some reason that they have an important role here, right? They are in the reading. They're also bringing a message to you. It's like smell the roses. Become for a moment aware, which is then creating a slowness. Become slow. And notice that everything keeps coming and going. That there's never a moment that when you started something, that it keeps continuously moving forward. No, everything is circular, right? That's why it's like the up and the down. It's like there's a cycle. It's right, or this way. It doesn't matter if I go this way or if I go that way. And here as well, there's a cycle that goes this way and a cycle that goes that way, right? So of course everything is spinning, everything is moving, but it's almost like you are ready to slow down, as to become more aware. And of course you're slowing down, and you will in the Hermit, right? This is a Cancer person, and this is a Virgo person in your life. So maybe you who understand that the stars and the sparkly and all this energy that's sometimes the hope, the not giving up hope, right, is bringing you. Let's become a little bit more relaxed and slow down, right? Let's find this consciousness and an inner alchemy, and he is up where the star is, right? Then you can see from the Hermit the star. And interesting enough, here in Aleister Crowley, it is the Hermit that's marrying the sun and the moon. It's almost saying, here, yes, you are in an extreme union. You have arrived within you. You have arrived at a spiritual consciousness within you. You can now catch the star, right? Because that's what Virgo does, right? And then you are getting a clear message. Then you are getting the Ace of Swords, which is you, right? You are the King of Swords. Here you get an information, you get a message, a clear, enlightening message is coming then to you. I mean, this is so beautiful, right? You are arriving in slowness, in awareness, in consciousness, because you stop and you take your time to smell and to slow down and to become one with yourself, and then notice how everything keeps coming back, the same story again and again until you have learned it. So I think you are alone. For some reason I don't feel a relationship here. These are friends. Cancer and Virgo. These are friends. Right? These are here to help you so that you can embody a little bit of from them. Emotional contentment, because the Cancer is very much like loves a home, loves to be with herself, loves her home, right? She has her home little in her head and also down here. Virgo, very introverted, also loves her home, but is not attached to a home really here. She's very attached to the home. And of course here then the mental state of awareness up here of this sea. You see that here? She's a fish. She is the subconscious. She is the fish. She is reaching, right? You're reaching back to the foot in this, because this is the inspiration that's coming over. You are looking deep into the subconscious, and now the subconscious has become a part of you, realizing there's more to this life than, and then the message comes, and only you have the key to this powerful message. And then 3 of Wands, right? And the 3 of Wands is Sun in Aries. And Sun in Aries is always, of course, the 3s are connected a little bit to the Empress. And the Sun in Aries is like a new beginning, a new understanding of what I want to create. Where do I want to go? What is my life about, right? You got the message. You now want to go and do something with this message, and you will. Active. Now you have a person coming, and this is a Leo, King of Wands, and he's on fire, right? He's beating the drum, and maybe you, because of the 3 of Wands, of this enthusiasm that you found within, You found a profound happiness within, right? And in that profound happiness, you found the light, you found the key, you found the light, right? You caught the light. And in that light, you start to experiencing again, now I got to take action upon that. And of course, with the drums beating, right, a Leo is here to show you also, let's do it. Let's really do it. Let's not just think about it. Let's do it. And then the page of Pentacle is coming. And look at her. She is attending the flower. You are realizing how important this is. And you remember maybe even in your childhood you did it already. And here you are closing a cycle, right? It's almost like it's saying, yeah, I used to, and I will continue, and I will bring, because you're the storyteller, right? You're the storyteller, and you tell this child, yes, this is how I used to do it. Do it as well. Nourish the flowers. Look at this. This is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful story. It's almost like you're saying, yeah, I used to do this. And the action is now clear that you're saying, I want to tell all the other children here. Maybe you're attending children, maybe you are here for children, and you share with them the attentiveness, the courage to slow down, the courage to smell the roses, the courage to understand that life is not always about fast. Life is about understanding, here I am completely at ease, at one with myself, and that is bringing you back. And you can give this, you can share this, and you can now teach this even, right? Because 3 is like the next generation that's learning. It's almost like from the Empress, right? Is understanding how to teach and have the energy, right? This is fire, this is doing. It's not just that he's burning, but he's doing. And in the doing, you share this with the next generation, because the pages are the next generation, and they're so beautiful, and they're willing to listen to you. And a cycle has closed. It's almost like saying, yes, you have done your work, you have done your job, you have told these children what it's all about. And then these children, when you taught them that, they go and start to look themselves active for their own adventure, going out, Page of Wands. Then you have done a great job. Maybe you're a teacher, right? And then you have really taught these children to look closer. It's almost like then they can see what you see, and they research even deeper. You, by stopping and holding and showing this, then the next generation, the generation is saying, oh wow, okay, you did that, well, let me do this, right? Let me also go and search for my next adventure. Let me beat the drum, right? And then let me also go and search more for whatever it is that we want to search, whatever the life is making interesting, because it's a spiral. It's never ending just in a straight line. It's a spiral. And this is when the summer equinox, where the longest day, right, where the sun is the highest up in the sky, right? And then again, the cycle goes back, right? Back into Capricorn in the longest night, the shortest day, right? So it's going forward and then it's going backwards, and it's going forward and it's going backwards. It's a cyclical thing, right? It's not moving always in a straight line forward. Linear time doesn't exist. We created linear time, but it's an illusion. We go again and again in a circle of time. That's why you are realizing that something in the circular time, right, is speaking to you. The circular time has come back full swing, and it's almost like now this child is telling her, remember when you smelled the roses? Do it again. And the cycle has closed. Because he's or she is looking deeper within, right? And what is underneath? The King of Swords. You. In the female version, because she drew, all this is so you can find yourself. This month is about finding truly yourself, because here the queen or the female King of Swords, right? She's picking the stars. She is finding who she truly is. She is the information. She is that water that nourishes all. You pick the information and put it onto your dress. This is who you are, right? Here you are, the star yourself. You have found it. You have found yourself, right? And it's because this child has come full swing, because here are the 6 cards. I do only 6 cards, right? And then of course I see underneath, and now it's 8 cards with this 9, and it's a completion. This is how I'm doing my readings now. Only 9 cards. More I don't need. After that it's like 10, and it's a new beginning, right? So this is saying, yes, there's a completion. Yes, there is a completion. There is a full completion. A full completion. The 9, the Virgo, the Hermit, an inner completion of understanding how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, how gentle you are. You are this little star child, right? You come full swing, and you tell her again, and she tells her again. You see that? And that's the circular time. That's the circular time of slowing down. That's the circular time. Right? It doesn't matter if she's here first. We can do it like this. Or of course I can switch it and put it like this. You see that? I know you see that. You're very inquisitive. But again, slow down and understand the circular time. Understand the deep union within. Finding truly through the subconscious who you are. Right? Get back to those feet. Right? Practice this position. Right? Don't be afraid. And also, of course, practice grabbing the toe, becoming the star, right? The star card. And then you go and you want to know, and you will know, right? Because you are searching, you are looking for a reason of what, why, how, right? And then, of course, you look deeper, and because you're so inspired by this story, you look deeper, and you find what you find? Yourself. And this is what this card is saying, right? Finding yourself. Self-love. Full-on self-love, right? That's what Gemini is about. Gemini's sentence is awareness. Awareness about life. That's it, right? And you find it this month because the sun is highlighting the moon, and the moon is in your sign. So you find really yourself. And we already have next month in the next reading, right? Moon, Sun in Cancer, right? So let's see. There is already a message coming that in that month, in the next month, you will experience this. Then I'm looking forward for this reading, right? Because this is very beautiful. It's really powerful, particularly this, right? This is like, okay, it's very clear that you understand something, right? And we can switch, right? We can switch. It doesn't matter who was here first, the egg or the chicken. Both. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.